One of the stories we tell because it sort of sums up what we're doing. Teresa, the woman whose story I told you, she was the first woman we did. Her story's on the website. We're working on a story right now about heroin and opioid addiction through a couple of young women in Charlotte who have sort of gone through it and come out the other side. One of whom is this woman named Joy. We're getting ready to interview her, and she looks on our website and she sees Teresa's story. She's like prepping for the interview to see what she's getting into, watches Teresa's story, and she shows up at our interview and she's like, I know Teresa. We were in jail together. And so they were in prison at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And on the same pod. And Teresa is somebody who gets picked on a lot. She's just one of those kind of vulnerable people that is the person who gets picked on. And so they were in prison together, and everyone was picking on Teresa. And then one day, and Joy's very sweet, very kind. She wasn't one of the people picking on him, but Teresa came into Joy's cell one day and sat down, and they started talking. And Teresa told Joy her story, her sort of life story, which, as I told you, is like it's insane.
Yeah.
And so Joy is just like weeping and weeping and weeping. And she said, if those other girls on the pod, if those other women on our cell, knew Teresa's story, there's no way they could be cruel to her. Which is true, which is sort of the whole thing that we're trying to do. Like, once you know somebody's story, once you take the time to listen to somebody's story, you may disagree with them, but you're at least going to respect them. You're going to like there's a magical, fundamental thing that happens when you listen to somebody's story. It's an honoring. It's like, it creates this connection. And it's
human.
like, and so we just want to create as many of those connections as possible. It's like, if we can just get people to start listening to each other's stories, asking for each other's stories, it's our belief that a lot of these problems are going to solve themselves. If we all start engaging more, start connecting more, and start focusing on kindness and compassion, then the rest takes care of itself.
Yeah.